When you speak, when you're in front of a jury for new lawyers, which certainly a large portion of this audience is going to be new lawyers, your general advice would be slow it down?
Look, people have a distrust for lawyers,
Right?
so they have to think of something that they trust, that they know.
Right. And you want the jury to hear what it is you have to say. I said, nobody's gonna think you're dumb. They're gonna think you're dumb if they can't understand and you're jumbling your words.
Welcome to this episode of Bourbon Proof, where we talk to those who are successful at law and life, and we do it over spirits, varying degrees, varying proofs, to find out their bourbon proof. And we're also very blessed today to have the first guest ever, Mr. Charles Liu, on location at his private members whiskey-only club, The Firm. Charles, thanks for coming on, dude.
Thank you so much for having me, Bob. It's always a pleasure.
You know, we've been filming here a few episodes, and I'm just now noticing the cigarette machine back there. Is that
Yeah.
street legal?
I believe it is.
All right, well. And our guest today is none other than Shaheen Z. Wallace, Esquire.
Thank you for having me, and I love that intro.
Yeah,
Well,
that's a
you know
nice
what? I've been
intro.
practicing in the mirror. I've been doing method acting in the mirror. Oh, that'd be method. I have to be you, right? Is that method
Yeah, I
acting?
think so, yeah.
Hey, if you can get into the shoes,
Did
go
you ever
for
see
it.
Tropical Thunder? I can tell you.
I already know where we're going with this, but yes, and I think Robert Downey Jr. was brilliant.
Yeah, that's where I learned method acting.
Absolutely brilliant.
Method acting. So we always start with a little bit of a pour. And I'm going to do some. So Shaheen, I first met Shaheen. So he grew up in New York, but lives in Pittsburgh now, dear to my heart. But we met on the Bourbon Proof tour, which you were
nice.
there too.
Okay.
So we were on the same tour, the lawyer marketing one, and the one we went to, they sold one of these Blade and Bows a day, the 22, and we were lucky enough to be the first one, so snagged it.
Nice.
So we're gonna try it.
And you went 22, straight 22?
They only had one. They have
Jeez.
122, so I went and grabbed it. But this
Nice.
is it's interesting.
So we're
Of
going
course,
heavy.
as soon as I got home from Kentucky, I opened this because you have to. This brings back a lot of memories, Shaheen.
Was that March of 22?
Yeah. 22.
Yeah, almost a year.
And they have a key. So, do you remember the story about the keys?
I
Not the Florida keys,
wish I could remember.
Do you remember the story of the key?
but they all come with different numbers on them, and if you put them all together, they're all rare. So this has a number 2 on it, and I think if you find them all, you unlock some magical creature.
I don't know if a creature might be a key to Narnia, but I think there was some special bottle that they give you.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's liquor, but I think it might actually be the bottle itself that they give you if you collect all the keys.
Well, I'm in it.
All right.
All right. Well, thanks for coming on, Shaheen.
Thank you for having me. So,
Let's see how this tastes after. There's the
After a couple.
after a couple. We had a pregame on the green screen, green show, green. What do you call that thing?
The green.
The green room. The green room. He was in the green room last night at my house.
yeah, it was.
He almost didn't make it out. That's good.
That's nice.
Almost. But I'm here,
He's here.
live and kicking. This is talking to me right now.
Yeah. Are you seeing colors again? No, hearing colors.
No, not yet, man.
He was here in colors.
This is one of the
last
most verbose guys. If you sit in a room with him, you'll come up with new expressions and phrases that you'll try to steal.
It's a gift and a curse because sometimes I'll accidentally do it in court, not meaning to do it. So like, there was one time I remember for sure. This is probably like 3 or 4 trials ago. There was a closing argument, and defense counsel was making some crazy argument, and I had said to the jury, something. I said, that's what the defense wants us to believe, is if we don't have the good sense God gave a cucumber.
What?
And I don't know where it came from, but the judge left and his tip staff left, and I was like, oh yeah, we won. We won.
It's a good litmus test, man.
Yeah.
The jury's like, I was like, looked at defense counsel, like, yeah, go ahead and start writing.
Yeah, I get it. Right, those numbers.
God gave a cue.
But we, a friend of mine just came out with a book, and they talk about people being salespersons at their core, and they interview people across different industries they didn't meet as a trial lawyer. And I told a story similar to that of like how I do it middle of trial to figure out if you're winning or not. You tell some stupid like joke in front of the jury, just like look like an aloof lawyer. It's funny you say that because I did one that's like, I asked a question if they asked for a readback, and I was like, I have no idea, Judge, what I just asked anybody. I have like no idea what's going on right now. And either the jury laughs and they're with you, or it's like death sentence. but it works, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell a cucumber story. Maybe an eggplant. Squiggly.
Get a couple millennials on your jury. Because it's gonna have to be real like audience dependent, like for it to really like land. You like it?
Speaking of audience dependent, so Shaheen has blown up on social media since he was the original Clubhouse star.
Yo, I was telling somebody yesterday how I met you via Clubhouse.
I don't remember that's how we met, but now I do remember.
It was Clubhouse. So obviously during quarantine, nobody can go outside. We're all like yearning for like connection, so they come out with Clubhouse. Now, originally I wasn't gonna do it.
That was very diverse. Somebody actually put it on an iPhone, which I didn't have at the time. Bought me an iPhone, put it on, and downloaded Clubhouse. I had one thing on it.
So I wasn't gonna do Clubhouse, but I said to myself, I had missed the initial train on Instagram, like that initial wave. I'd missed the initial wave on like TikTok, and when I heard Clubhouse came out, I was like,
we're gonna miss it.
We got to be on the ground level at this time. So we start doing it. And it's Clubhouse. It's it was an app for everybody to have conversations. Whatever topic you can form rooms, and obviously like the lawyer rooms form, and you end up in the lawyer rooms. So I noticed that Bob is there, Ramina's there, like chairing every meeting on the stage, and I'm kind of just chilling in the cut. I'm not really saying anything. Man, I can't remember. Somebody made some comment, so I'm like, I gotta press my little mic.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden,
what year is this?
21.
2021. Okay.
It was like I think it might have been like mid or late 21.
Second year COVID.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So
yes, it was 21 because we opened at Just HQ in Santa Ana, and that's where Ramin gave me the phone.
Yep.
Nice.
21.
So I ended up meeting Bob. Pretty much all the lawyers that I met at Bourbon of Proof I met through Clubhouse. So like you go on Clubhouse, and then everybody would kind of get filtered to the Instagram. So like you would talk, and then you would end up meeting them virtually, getting to see them, their families. See what's going on via social media, and then that's kind of where we built the connection. And then it was, I think it might have been January of 23. And
22. January 22.
Lord, 22. Gee.
Come on, man.
Time
of our Lord.
It's already working. And I just asked
Let's see how hot. You continue talking.
Yeah,
let's see
here
the
in
proof on
color
this.
already.
Man, so I asked him, I was
only
like,
92 proof. I mean, come on.
So we just warming up. All right. So I'm a lightweight. So I just asked him, I was like, is there anything that, I could do, to help, right? It wasn't, I wasn't really looking to gain anything. It's like, how can I be of some kind of assistance since we kind of got to know each other via Clubhouse? And he had saw that I was from Pittsburgh. Well, I lived in Pittsburgh. And he was like, my whole family's from Pittsburgh. And then he said, would you like to come out to the Bourbon Proof Tour, speak on the social media panel on our bus? I was like, say less, I'm there. Because at that point, I was also thinking about how can I meet more lawyers? Because Pittsburgh and the East Coast, I don't think they do as good a job socializing as West Coast lawyers do.
It's very stodgy, old firm, big firm. Well, the West Coast, we've been different. We always say like fashion starts in the West. Same thing with law. Man. It's all different.
I hadn't seen anything like it. So I came out here in March, came down to the hotel, and I'm the only dude from the East Coast. But I'm watching everybody, and you could tell everybody knows everybody, whether it's like North Cal or SoCal or in the wherever it is, and they're all hugging and dapping each other up. I said, I like this. I like this.
So not the same in
No.
less camaraderie, less partnership.
I wouldn't say it's less partnership, right? If they have to work together, they will, but they're not going to go out their way to hang out with each other.
Right.
You know what I mean? We're in your spot right now. Chopping it up. Yesterday I was at your house relaxing, and when I said I was coming out here for a few days, the number of West Coast lawyers that hit me up and said, when you get out here, let us know.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
When I go back to New York, they don't say that.
There's I think more people are empowered by the entrepreneur spirit start out here. They start their own firms. So they need that camaraderie because you don't have a law firm. You can't walk down the hall. I mean, that's one of the reasons we did Just HQ, but you need to have that sounding board, so you have to start forming groups, and small groups become big groups. But I noticed on the East Coast, the Midwest, they're doing masterminds, which is like, pay $220,000 a month to be in my mastermind, and maybe you'll learn the secrets together. It's like, but it's fucking to do that for free.
For free.
And it's still not community oriented.
No.
It's essentially just a pecuniary gain.
Correct.
Like we out here are very entrepreneurial. We talk about that all the time. LA is entrepreneurial, but Bob hits me or I hit Bob, and we're chopping it up on business, entrepreneurship, opportunities. So.
Yeah. And what I notice is that out here, especially, people aren't selfish with the information. I don't know if
At least the successful people are not selfish with the information, because you got to give. Yep.
Right?
You gotta give to get.
Yeah.
And I don't know if
Is that your love language? Giving?
Listen, I think
Or is it gifts?
I think all of them are. I think I might be more, interesting. It's interesting you said that, because it was last year where I kind of discovered that I didn't think words of affirmation was one of my love languages.
Words of affirmation.
Because I'm a solo, so I'm always by myself anyway, so nobody's like patting me on the back, like, good job, Shah. But like I did something, someone was like, yo, that was dope. And I was like, I love you too. So like the words of affirmation has really become a big one.
Yes, it has been weird for you. We were talking that we shared this before we came on air. How people have reached out to you and thanked you for their starting their own firms and having that's got to be a powerful moment.
That was crazy. So, I don't have a huge following on social media. Like, some of my colleagues, 100,000, 1 million. I got my little modest, like 35, 3,600. But
they're concentrated, man.
But man, like I was playing tennis with a colleague that I met via, Instagram, also JHQ member. And he invited me to his wedding. We hadn't met in person yet, and he sent me the invite to his wedding.
Yeah.
So I said, what did I do to be deserving of this honor? He goes, you are one of the reasons I started my own practice. I said, you finna make a grown man cry.
Did you cry?
Hell yeah. What? And these last couple of years, I've been getting emotional as hell.
Yeah.
And like to hear that,
Shaheen got his groove back over here.
Man,
But this goes to what you and I have talked about 100 times. Legal community. Bob and I coined this when we were talking about the NFT project, Lawyer Friends. We are so good at polarizing. We're so good at talking trash about other lawyers. We're so good at differentiating ourselves from other lawyers. We're so good at sowing, what we say is sowing discord rather than discourse, right? So right? I mean, you think about it, like we're a 1.2 million strong community, which is an immensely strong, just from a specifically numerical perspective, community, but all we do is fight and denigrate each other.
Imagine if we had the hive mentality or like a fungi mentality.
Imagine if lawyers had a hive mentality. Yeah.
Exciting.
So
are you going to drink that? This guy's a talker, not a drinker.
Hey, you knew who I was before you brought me on here?
By the way, I love these couplings. You got some sort of skull and crossbones situation.
The skull and crossbones. Yes, indeed.
Pirate.
So,
let's see what you brought. Speaking of the pirates, I kind of scoped your
yes, indeed.
stash.
So I brought you a little something from home.
Nice.
Brought you a little something from home. It's from Wiggle. City of Champions.
Yeah.
Not this year, but
Okay.
Historically.
we'll get back there one day, and hope it tastes as good as it looks, because this is.
So this, I think Wiggle was actually the owner, Nutting, who owns the Pirates, also owns at least a minority share of this. So probably like the team which he invests nothing into, he probably invests nothing in this whiskey, and it's probably gonna taste like shit. But we'll call the City of Champions on the write up later. We'll do a dram pour for our friends here. So it's only 92 proof.
Okay.
You won't get hurt too bad, don't worry.
All right. I'm slowly building up my tolerance.
Intolerance. Doesn't even smell that great.
It doesn't smell that.
Smells like a locker room.
It smells like
Actually, not bad.
who is that?
Who is that? It's an individual.
Can we ask him for a profile, flavor profile? We tried this last.
You could do it the last one, maybe.
Okay,
This
we'll
is
do
actually
that.
not bad. Yeah. Tastes like the Monongahela.
Yeah.
Okay.
What do they call it? It's a confluence.
Confluence, yeah. Confluence where two rivers form a third.
Is that what it tastes like?
Was that the Ohio and the Allegheny that forms the Monongahela?
The Monongahela and Allegheny form the Ohio.
Ohio.
Bro, you got to go back to your lessons of Pittsburgh.
Wow.
How are you picking juries there?
I'm from New York.
You just taught
never
me
knew.
something.
Look.
Right there.
What?
The confluence of those rivers. I didn't know that.
Well, now you know.
Those rivers.
Knowing's half the battle.
Yeah.
That's G.I. Joe. So you grow up, New York guy.
Yeah, boy.
So what was that like, man? How did you get to Pittsburgh? Because that ain't New York. That's
So,
a small town.
Short answer, Pitt offered me the most money for law school. I said, yes,
I tell lawyers to do that all day.
Indeed. So actually the first law school I got accepted to was the University of Miami. And the second law school I got accepted to was, what's the one in Malibu?
Pepperdine. That's where I'm at, bro.
Pepperdine.
Yeah.
Now, had I known that you went to Pepperdine, I would have been like, let's go to Pepperdine.
Yeah.
However,
3 times the cost had to have been a Pitt, at least.
of course.
Well, when did you go?
But it was the distraction, bro. I was like,
Yeah.
Oh no! Actually, you could dial
Nope.
it down, man.
Yeah.
I had a schedule.
By the way, I did the same thing. Same analysis on Pepperdine. What year were you?
I went to law school in 2011.
Oh, so a little later.
Yeah.
But I did the same analysis on Pepperdine. I said, if I go to Pepperdine, I'm never going to be engaged in law school.
Nah, I just knew myself. I was like, let me go somewhere where I can focus.
Yep.
And that's gonna, like I said, give me the most money. And the decision to go to Pitt was also kind of strategic, right? Because I knew that Pennsylvania had reciprocity. It's like 30, 40 states. And more importantly, had reciprocity with New York.
California.
So I said,
zero.
Cali and Florida, they don't want nobody.
Why is that?
Because
Pride.
it's the, you know what it really is? It's the weather. Because if they knew, same thing with Florida. If they knew that you could just wave in, they would have an influx of lawyers.
That's true.
Who wouldn't want to be warm all year round and, make money doing what they do?
Psychos.
They're like, nah, you guys can stay up there, carpetbaggers. So I
Man.
went, long time since you heard that one, right?
It
so,
is. That's very.
So I went to Pitt, got the degree, and I was like, I knew going in, I was like, 5 years, I'm waving into New York. So as soon as I hit 5 years, waved into New York, also waving to Georgia, for case-related reasons, but yeah.
Georgia's
Hail
a
to
good booming venue for us.
Yeah, it's a fantastic
You're in
venue.
Georgia?
I'm not, but I've been there a bunch lately. I've been in Atlanta a couple times in the past 6 months.
Yeah.
Lots of cars and people drive like idiots.
Yeah.
Yep.
We're in Atlanta, but not for law, for stem cell.
Interesting.
Talk about that later.
But there's cities that are just, you can see the boom of ingenuity.
Absolutely.
And
Atlanta's one of them.
Atlanta's
Yeah.
one of them.
Beast city.
A lot of, So whatever, man. This isn't so bad. I don't
It's
feel
not
like a
horrendous.
champion.
It's not horrendous,
Yeah.
but yeah,
I feel like city of mediocrity, maybe.
So you're feeling profoundly mediocre here?
Yes, right now.
Yeah.
I feel very C+.
yeah.
Actually, C+ students probably made the best lawyers.
Yeah, we'll go B minus.
I did well my first year of law school, and then after that, I'm fucking working the whole time.
Yeah.
And I kind of teetered down.
What were you? A B minus C student?
I was graduated third or fourth in my high school class, and was,
No, law school.
I was top 5% first year.
So you were a smart guy.
And then, because it was the first time I didn't have to play a sport or work 2 jobs. It was all about time management. This is fucking easy. But and then I worked a lot full time the last 2 years. I went back to probably top 10 or top 15%.
You beat me by 50%.
But the best lawyers are ones that are in the middle.
Listen, I rode the middle of that curve.
Yeah.
I said, let me get in and get out.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't need order.
And you're still in Pittsburgh.
I was like, I don't need order of the what is it? Order of a coif or whatever it is.
I set no
What the fuck
expectations.
is that a hairdo?
Yeah. It is.
It's the
It
hairdo and
is,
that stupid little thing they put on our heads
it's-
at graduation.
Oh, I didn't know what that was.
yeah.
It's called a coif.
Yeah. What's an order?
I also think law review is a bunch of bullshit.
Yo,
Should never do it.
It's the slickest way to hire
Big Law wants to hire legal
cogs.
research.
It
Yeah,
is the
exactly.
slickest way.
Yeah.
Here's this privilege.
They're like predators.
Yo,
Come in. Go ahead, John. Law review. Oh,
especially if you write on. Because you writing, you think it's a privilege. Like I wrote on, go ahead. Me and my friends will make the money then.
Yeah.
Nah, no thank you. I was never a big law
Was your
review
law
guy.
experience good? Law school experience?
It was. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't do it twice.
Yeah.
But you know,
You felt like your law school prepared you for your legal career?
not the generic classes, like torts and contracts.
Sure.
It was like the elective courses that were taught by like the adjuncts.
See this? We just had this
We
conversation,
just talked
man.
about this. Yep.
Yeah, because I want real practitioners
Yeah.
telling me what's cracking in the legal industry. I'm like,
We
I get
just
it.
spoke about this.
I get it. You like 75 and you've been teaching torts for the last 300.
Yeah.
I said, but when was the last lawsuit you filed? Talk to me about that.
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't. So like we had an expert witness class taught by John Perry.
Really? See, I wish we never had that. Like that little thing You
Heck
you
yeah.
didn't realize the value at the time in law school. Fuck
You
that.
mean Pepperdine in general?
Well, Pepperdine didn't have that, but we'd have adjuncts. We never had an expert witness class.
So we had John Perry of former Rosen, Luke, and Perry teaching expert witness. We had dudes like Jason Matsis, teaching. I think it was like pretrial practice and pleadings. We had George Contos of like Contos Mangine teaching advanced trial evidence. I mean, like we had like some real killers teaching us how to get it done.
Those are the adjuncts, people that are practicing.
Oh my
This
God.
is where like I have this whole moniker. I think law school should be free, and that sounds fucking crazy. But I think real lawyers should come in and devote their time to practice people or teach them for a year or two just how to pass the bar. 2 or 3 year apprenticeship at a firm. That's how you do it.
Old school.
Learn.
Some Abe Lincoln.
Loyola did that with me. Like if you look, I just taught Web3 and Metaverse, artificial intelligence at Loyola. I mean, that was a crazy formulated idea in my head that the dean at Loyola said, yeah, run with it, let's go.
Oh,
and
that's
next thing
dope.
I know, we're the first metaverse in the law class in the entire country, which now is been emulated or copied by 9 different law schools. So
What does that look like?
I mean,
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, we've talked about it. Bob and I have had plenty of whiskeys. Speaking of which, he's going to pour.
Well,
us
I'm going
a
to pour
nice
another one we stole from
Whistle
the
Pig.
founder of Clio. He had his 15 years of Clio in. He gave us this bottle, so we're going to use it again.
But Whistle
Alright.
Pig 15 can never be.
So we're gonna
overused.
wish Shaheen
Yeah.
a good 15 years and
Yeah.
see where you're gonna be. I want to know the answer to these questions.
Yes,
Where
please.
the fuck are you gonna be at 15 years into practice? Where do you want to be, and how are you gonna get there? Because you're gonna start planning now for this, my friend.
Yeah, where do I want to be? So honestly, I see my firm being mobile, right? Like I see at least 10 trial lawyers, right? Like
How big's the firm
love it.
now?
Just me and my legal assistant right now,
Right.
right?
Love
And
it.
and we're doing, we're starting to do some damage. But I'm like, all right, Shah, if you can get 10 trial lawyers and that's all you do, no pre-lit stuff. You're not holding hands while they do treatment. They call you when stuff goes left.
Goes left. Pittsburgh left.
Yo,
Do you know what a Pittsburgh
Yo,
left is?
I don't. Tell me.
So it's whenever you're at a stoplight and you're sitting in the left turn lane or pocket to make a left. It doesn't have to be the pocket. And as soon as the light turns green, the Pittsburgh left is the person left just cuts everybody off.
Guns
and
it.
goes.
Guns it.
I like
But
it.
in Pittsburgh, it's like a no thing. Go ahead, go ahead, you go.
Okay.
We understand.
Okay.
You have to wait longer than us. I think it's a respect thing.
yeah,
But it's Pittsburgh left. Actually, look it up. Wiki it.
it's
Wait, I wiki it.
bananas. It's bananas. But like I see 10 trial lawyers, the appropriate amount of staff. I don't know what that looks like yet.
Yeah. Well,
but
with the legal technology that we've been
Way less.
discussing, it used to be, X number of staff and
Yeah.
support per lawyer. Now, I don't even know what
I
it
think
is.
it's more lawyer heavy and it's more.
Yeah.
And I want to see us in the 3 states, New York, Pennsylvania, and Georgia, like primarily. But if people call us to act to pro hoc into other states,
So let me ask you this: like, we know in California this exists where you can hire contract killers, like we do in our firm. Trial lawyers come in, last minute parachute in, kill. Does this exist in Pennsylvania?
It doesn't. However, I've started to be that guy. Like I've got cases right now where I've told firms straight up, I'm like, yo, if you are too tired, too old, you know what I mean, or too busy to try
all
cases,
the above.
or all the above, call your boy.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna ask you any questions except where's the case file. And like I've got 3 cases like that right now that we're working on, and that's kind of what I'm becoming known for. It's like, yo, Shaheen wants to smoke all the time. Just call him.
You want to smoke?
I want the smoke. You know what I'm saying?
Want
Like
it.
if you
Like-
want to fight, we with it.
Smoke
You know what I mean?
smoke?
Yeah. I'm saying.
So anyway, Shaheen, what's your Instagram handle for everybody that's
Shaheen ESQ. So SHAHEENESQ.
great, just
I
great
want,
content.
I want to see Shaheen's hairline in 15 years.
Oh, it's gonna stay right- it's gonna stay right
now,
here.
Right now, it's
got a good
solid.
hairline.
Let me tell you, it's gonna stay right
Bob,
here. So
Bob, look
Yeah.
at that.
on my mom's side, all the men lose their hair at like 25. Right? Like,
Because right
you're
now
past-
your
yeah.
hairline is impressive, bro.
And I appreciate that because my dad, like, he lost his at like 28, but he has a brother, whose hair, like, he's got to be 65, still has a fro.
Really?
And my dad is like, you look like him. So like, I'm praying.
So you got the uncle.
I'm praying I got my uncle's hair.
Hey,
you know what I mean?
Just take Propecia for a few years.
Is that what you do?
Dude, I did it from like actually 25 to
'Cause
like
your hair is
mid-30s.
fantastic
Oh yeah,
too, bro.
dude, it's stayed on. It's a coif.
Yeah.
You got a quaff?
Yeah.
Coif.
You've got a quaff.
Yeah.
You do not want a queef on
Yeah.
you.
No, I do not.
Yeah.
But like,
It's impressive.
Some people do.
hey, this
But
is
some-
2020. It's 2023, man. You know
Man,
what
you
I'm
do
saying?
you. We're gonna start.
Do you?
This is we're gonna. Well,
Are we jumping into this already?
Because I want to. You know, this is a story arc. This conversation. So I want. I mean, Shaheen, as I know, I knew this from our pre-production drinking meeting. Now that I'm drinking again, it's the selective memory.
Shaheen's already struggling a little.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
I'd say a little struggle.
Listen, before I came here, before I came here,
Oh, I must took the wrong bottle.
I made sure that I went to Jolly Bees. I got a
You
three-piece
coded.
chicken, baked mac and cheese, mashed potatoes, and a lemonade. I said, I put something in the stomach because my mistake yesterday was I went
No
to
food.
brunch with my homie at 11, and we all we had was some tapas.
Oh, I didn't know.
And
that.
I didn't realize I didn't eat anything again until 6:30.
7, yeah.
And then what did I do? Had 4 glasses of assorted bourbons, and I was
The first two
feeling it.
were well over 100 proof.
Yeah.
So it's
All
acceptable.
right.
It was rocket fuel. It tasted good, but it was straight up high octane. And by like the 3rd glass, your boy was feeling nice. I was like,
How you
wow.
feeling now, though?
I'm good.
right.
I'm Gucci. Yeah.
He's Gucci.
right.
So you're we talked about this last night. Your dad is a minister. So how does that affect you trying cases? How does that work into your practice? How does that work you trying cases?
Man, it comes out all the time, right? So like I grew up in the church. You know what I mean? So like
What denomination?
non-denominational.
No, okay.
Right. So, you know, the way I try to explain it to young trial lawyers, they're like, oh, I'm nervous. And I'm like, look, find what trial is for you, right? And trial for me is church.
Okay.
It's the same thing people are paying $200, $300 to go to CLEs for. It's the same thing I was doing since I was a kid. You get up in front of a congregation of people from all different backgrounds, and you're telling them stuff, and you're trying to get them to believe something that they might not have been believing when they first walked
Praise the
in.
Lord.
That's church,
Yeah.
right?
You're right,
So-
man. I think about that shit all the time.
And then,
Wait, do you do that?
I always think about we talked this last night, depending on the venue, I try to come off as look, I am ordained in this, what is it? Some online thing. Universal Church. I've actually, have you ever done a wedding
Universal Life Church?
yes,
before? How many weddings have you done?
just one. It was the
I've
parents
done
of my
a bunch,
goddaughter.
by the way.
I've done 12.
I've done a very high-profile gay wedding. Was
Really?
the last one I did, and it was the greatest one I ever did. Yeah, it was amazing.
Yeah,
I
so-
married my dad, my sister, my brother, my twin brother, one of my paralegals, 2 of my paralegals,
Do you have a
one of my
script?
best friends, lawyers.
Oh, you busy?
I do it for bourbon, so I will
Do
officially.
you have a script, or do you?
I didn't want it Spanish. Spanglish.
Do you wing it?
I have a little bit of a script. No, I got it. I mean, it's a
No way.
storytelling.
No way, Bob
I
Simon.
open my
is a
Bible.
script.
I have the same kind of general things that I know.
But it's got the Bob Simon
it's
twist.
a good 15, 20 minutes of just fun.
wing.
Good.
Yeah.
I like it.
But we did
what's
a
up.
wedding, like one of my best friends, they got married in like the Montage in Laguna, like the fanciest place, and like one of the best, most fun weddings I've ever been to. And then a week later, we did my wife's cousin's wedding in West Virginia, and I'm talking West Virginia.
Nice.
And that trumped that wedding. It was so
Nice.
much fucking fun. It was like the dichotomy of two
Yeah.
different types of weddings. Man, I have so much fun doing that shit. But just learning people, because just like,
I love
intimacy.
Oh
I
yeah.
hate when you go to those weddings, it's like the person's telling stories they never met these people. Well, I spent 5
never
minutes with
understood it.
Cindy,
Yeah.
and Cindy told me she likes breakfast.
Yeah.
Joe, you like to make breakfast? He didn't like to make breakfast in the.
No. But yeah, but I definitely think it comes out in the way I try. It's interesting. Like before I tell people that I'm a preacher's kid, generally when they hear me in trial after it's over, they might ask like, "Yo, what does your dad do?" I'm like, "Oh, he's a peace officer, but he's a minister." And they go, "Now you make sense." They go, "Now you make sense." And I'm like, "What do you mean?" They go, "We can hear it in your cadence." Like your
Cadence is the important thing.
Your cadence is very churchy. Like MLK's got the same preacher's cadence. Like,
Right.
you'll notice that with a lot of black trial lawyers. You'll find that a lot of them are real church, and you'll hear it in their cadence,
Oh, that is true.
right? Go ahead and watch CVN and any of them. I guarantee you'll hear the same cadence because we kind of all grew up the same.
That's interesting. But it's like we tell all my lawyers now, when you talk, slow it down.
I tell people,
Talk like this.
I
and
tell
have
people
a
how
pause
ever
and a
slow you
cadence.
think you're talking, talk slower. Because you don't realize how fast, especially on
I used to write it
cross-exam.
on my notepad. I put it right in front of me. Slow down.
Wow.
And I'll tell lawyers, they'll slap on their thing.
Yeah.
Slow down. When you're up there. Because it makes a big difference. Because if you're talking like this, talking so fast, it seems like you're trying to sell somebody
Right.
one over on it. But if you're going slow, you are confident
Yeah.
about the process.
And you
How
want-
could they get up here and say these things?
And you
We
want
know
people
what
to
is
hear
right.
you.
We know what the truth is.
Right. And you want the jury to hear what it is you have to say. So I tell everybody, I'm like, however slow you think you're talking. I said, nobody's gonna think you're dumb. They're gonna think you're dumb if they can't understand you and you're jumbling your words. So yeah, cadence is
People
like key.
confuse slow with talking slow to going too fast and jurors not, or going too slow and jurors thinking it's
Well,
taking too long.
I got a question as a non-trial lawyer.
We're gonna
I've-
pour this first because
Yeah.
he brought this
Go
for
ahead.
you.
Yeah, this is
Oh,
for you,
Mr. Jamaican
But
man.
I've tried.
On me?
I've tried 5
MT?
cases in my life. So
Yeah.
for both of you, but you specifically, when you say slow it down, is there ever a point where you sit there and you say, "Where is this lady or gentleman going?" Or
You get your point quickly. So when we're talking, so whenever you're doing during evidence, I like to go a little faster, get to the point where you're making a point, slow it down so they know it's a point. And if you're doing closing your argument, you have to slow it down.
okay,
If anybody listens to a lot of the podcasts I do, I speak really fast, but that's a
Right.
different audience because people need it quickly.
Right.
It's a different vibe.
but when you speak, when you're in front of a jury for new lawyers, which certainly a large portion of this audience is going to be new lawyers, your general advice would be slow it down.
Slow it down. Especially, I mean, like you look, people have a distrust for lawyers,
Right.
So they have to think of something that they trust, that they know.
Right.
And if they think somebody's a slick willy talking real quick, trying to fool them, not
Gotcha.
going to work. On both sides, you see it on both sides. But if somebody like jury selection is like a credibility process for me, so you're like, I'm interested. I'm generally interested in people, so I'm
Yeah.
asking questions. I'm interested in what they have to say. Ask open-ended questions.
Right.
The other lawyer, if they're like, show of hands, how do you feel about this? How do you feel that way? Why do you feel that way? It's just not cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Why'd you bring this for? His
Well-
dad is building a house in Jamaica, right?
In Jamaica, yeah.
Perfect. So yeah, so Bob is the consummate professional. Asked me to pick something that would be akin to or in line with our guests. So what we brought right here is a Balvenie,
All right.
14 Caribbean cask. Now, depending whether or not you're faux Scottish accent like myself, you would call it Caribbean or Caribbean.
I think it goes both ways.
I think it goes both ways.
Yeah,
My
Jamaicans say Caribbean.
Yeah, my Scottish
Really?
friends.
Caribbean?
Caribbean. Yeah.
You say Caribbean.
Yeah,
Yeah, my
so-
Scottish friends always make fun of me by how I pronounce certain words. Taco.
I just think
taco.
what would Sebastian say?
That's a good
Like a
point.
little
Yeah.
Mermaid.
So
By
we.
the way, I just saw the live one.
Yeah.
Did you know that Shaggy played Sebastian in like the 2019 rendition of Little Mermaid live? Fucking Shaggy!
Didn't know that.
And I was like,
That
we
makes
were
sense.
watching with our girls the other day, and my wife was like, was Shaggy Sebastian? I was like, it sounds a lot like it wasn't, but I was like, I think it was Sebastian.
It wasn't.
It's
He was wearing a
interesting.
crab suit and everything.
Really? So you're building a home in Jamaica.
Yeah. So
Okay.
dad,
So Bob
dad's
mentioned
building a house.
that.
Yeah.
So we've got age 14 years in rum casks. So Bob
is
said,
true.
pick something out for the next gentleman that would be very in line with him.
Because the firm here has everything. They
We
got
have everything.
It sure looks like it.
We have everything. So I'm very curious. So what we've been doing is we want you to try this and we want you to hit us immediately with what hits your
Let's do
palate
it.
and what
Let's
you
do it.
think.
Let's do it.
And now we might critique you horribly.
That's okay.
We might roast you based
I might,
on
I
your
might, I
palate.
might critique this thing horribly. So let's find out.
This is some single malt.
What's up?
Look at him heavy-handing me again.
You always get heavy. This is the only time in Bob's life he gets heavy-handed.
That's true.
Every other time you heavy-hand
Ooh.
I
people.
do. You can smell it in here. It's definitely different. I smell a little raisin. Actually, I'm not gonna ruin it for you.
Yeah.
I just threw you off, man. Is it a,
No,
is this a mango?
No, we need you to. We need the flavor profile, the palate profile.
Wow, that is lively.
Wow, that
Lively.
is very different.
It's beautiful. This is, by the way, this is
definitely
incredible expression.
So, you kind of did bias me a little bit to the raisins, but
I knew I'd fuck with you, man.
because
The
it's in a
affirmation
rum cask,
might be working.
Like I taste, it almost smells like sugar cane.
That's fair.
But wrong. That's
Yes.
fair.
Honestly, I can't even pick it out.
Well, the thing we always say with whiskeys is there's no wrong answer. So what's your answer? What do you feel?
Don't say wood chip.
Don't say wood chip. The only wrong answer you can give is wood chip. Yeah.
Which would you be?
There really is no wrong answer. The answer is what?
This is a fun game. 'Cause I'm
Yeah.
not good
What
at
comes
it.
to your mind when you?
When I
My
smell
wife,
it?
she
It
can
smells like honey and cinnamon.
The honey for sure.
Like-
yeah.
just keep saying things. You'll get it right
Yeah.
eventually.
It smells. Hold on. Not fig. That's not what I'm looking for.
We had fig last night.
We did have fig last night.
Dude, we had about the new boss
There's like-
hog. There was the Greek.
I don't know how to describe it. Yeah, that whistle pig slap.
We've talked about that.
We did.
That's a
Yeah,
jam.
there's one back there too.
Yeah.
It's,
Oh, we could probably hit that later.
Oh, that one's getting away from me. It just tastes. Like I feel like you know what star anise is?
That's
it's a
interesting.
made-up
Of course,
word.
the fruit. Yeah.
star anise.
Yeah.
Star anise.
Yeah.
That's what they make licorice out of.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
That's like when I learned
I'm-
sassafras was root beer.
I'm putting
Like,
you
blew my
on. I'm
fucking
putting
mind.
you on. I'm
It's
putting
a
you on to
root.
some
It's
things.
actual
put
root.
you
I
on.
was like,
Yeah.
it's actually made from root.
Yeah. Man,
They should make
that's
a
about all I can
but you
detect
like
right now.
it?
Yeah.
Okay.
They should make a
There we
root beer
go.
flavored.
I like the way it kind of coats the tongue. Like the other stuff is kind of just goes down, makes you warm. This
Hey,
one coats
Bob's
the tongue.
stuff's gonna just punch you in the mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna stop
This
you
is
in the
probably
chest.
Yeah.
living 90 proof-ish. What is this
Yeah,
one?
I'm gonna try to be a little kinder and gentler with you.
He's a gentle lover.
Yeah.
He'll hold you.
You have no idea what you're talking about.
Bob's looking to punch you right in the face.
So what's in this one?
He doesn't even
What?
know.
No, of course.
It's whatever you
Of
want.
course
Yeah, he knows everything.
Here's the thing. Look, I'll tell you. Interesting side note.
Yeah.
Side story. I had the opportunity to tour McAllen, and during one of the tours, we were discussing with the master distiller all of the different nuances and flavors, and of course, all of the individuals who were on this particular tour were very experienced or very eloquent or very educated with the whiskeys that they were touring. So
They're hotty totty.
yeah, thank you. Thank you,
We had a
Bob.
word for that.
Thank you, Bob.
Hotty-totty.
So while they were engaging in these conversations with the master distiller said, "What do you get? What do you get? What do you get?" And everybody was participating. And one of the messages or the stories the master distiller imparted upon all of us was, it's not about what you get, or more importantly, what he got, which is now a female
Oh,
distiller.
they have a female distiller.
McAllen is now
wow.
run by Master Distiller, who's an incredible.
Women have the
female.
best noses for that. That's why they should be.
She's truly on a different level. But one of the most interesting lessons that he imparted upon the whole group was, it's completely irrelevant what everybody else gets, including him as a master distiller. It's really dependent on
See, man, that's
on
right.
what
Everybody,
you get.
everybody has a different palate, smells, and does
Well, we all
different
have you know what I would think about? I would think we all have different memories. So I think whiskeys, bourbons, whiskeys.
Stories.
Now, whether they're bourbons,
The
rye,
Brown
scotches,
stories, the Brown Chronicles,
they're
the
all
Chronicles of
stories.
Narnia.
Well, they're all
Goes
stories.
back, man, it's key. The
They're
key
all
to
stories.
Narnia. We talked
Yeah.
about this.
So
We unlocked it.
you drink a bourbon or a rye,
Yeah.
and you say, "Oh, this hit me like
Reminds me of this,
2011, blah blah blah." You try it.
2008.
You say, "This hits me like this." I try it. I say, "This hits me like 1982
Yeah.
Scotland drinking with my papa." So the real story is, it's your expression. Like, what's your particular expression when you
his
drink this?
story.
Not his story.
her
Not
story.
mine or any whiskey.
It's his story.
Yeah,
Her
what's
story,
yours?
my story.
Yeah, what's yours?
That's
Man, look at this, man. You're getting deep. Are we
You know what I'm
gonna
talking
is this a Machiavellian play? What is Machiavellian?
Machiavellian.
it's getting philosophical. I like it.
I don't know if I like it. You guys want to talk about sports or something? Poems?
So
I don't
it's you drink it how you like it. That's the most important message.
know. All right.
And your expression, your feeling of it is what you feel. Not mine. Not mine as a whiskey expert. Yours as a life expert. What
As
does
a
it make you
novice.
think?
He's just, he
Which
punched-
brand is this?
That's Balvenie.
Because you might need to call him because that's a commercial right there.
There you go.
You just
That's
did
the
it.
commercial.
Yeah, so Shaheen,
Marketing is losing their mind right now.
We're going to get to the core of you just at the end of the episode here.
Yeah.
So we talk about 15 years from now. Actually, how long you had your practice now? 3-4 years?
It's going to be 7
years.
8 years in March.
And
March
you've been
26th.
doing it as solo plus one.
From solo plus one as of 21, but it was solo for the first like 6.5 years.
So why do you want to get to that point where you have 10 or 11 other mercenaries working for Shaheen Z. Wallace?
So we can try more cases, and I'm not trying all the cases.
And there you go.
Right.
What is your role in this cog?
So, I'm the general,
I love this. Yeah.
but I'm a Roman general in that, we have troops, but I'm still in the battle. Right. I'm not.
Man, I've never heard this. This is good.
I
Come
like
on,
it.
man. I be putting y'all.
I feel like you
on,
chat
man.
GPT'd this. What's that called?
Do you think you chat GPT?
I think you were like, how do I tell a successful story, bourbon?
Yeah.
Like, talk about a general in Roman.
It's this stuff right here.
They didn't even have bourbon.
No, wait. You're a Roman general. You're a Roman general.
They had bourbon back then in the Roman times?
No.
Oh, see?
No.
I knew it was bullshit.
They had wine. They had
They had mead. We had
Mead.
mead for sure.
tankards of mead.
Yeah.
Come
Come on, how do you not know this as a D&D guy? What
I know
did you
mead.
drink in the taverns? Come on.
Fucking ale.
Ale and
mead.
mead, yeah.
Well, that makes sense.
But you were a Roman general.
Yeah, so like I have the troops and, we go to war, but I'm still fighting. I have no intention of sitting behind a desk, just delegating, which is also kind of why we're trying to, involve more tech into the practice, because a lot of the things that, we can get done, sounds terrible, but we don't need to hire people to
Yeah.
do, like we used to 20 years ago.
This. We talk about this all the time.
Yeah, so I'm just trying to expand my reach without, increasing overhead, and also trying to keep us as light and as nimble as possible, right?
There you go.
So if they're like, yo, Shah, we need 4 lawyers in Georgia because we have a death case on a
No, we
truck.
don't.
I love it.
I'd be like, you.
General point. See, this
Yeah.
is the same.
Go.
This is my dream. This is what I've done probably the past 8 years in my firm is play general like this.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's you come down and you fight. Sometimes you do it as we call it jumping on your grate. Sometimes I got to go in and do it.
But it's also an ego thing. You do. Like, at what point
But
do
it
you
was,
not...
I got rid of that ego long, and I think this is the number one problem with child lawyers is
Yeah.
their ego stands in the fucking way.
I agree.
You have to be able to.
So how do you not be pulled into that? How's
have a
that
family? I don't know what to tell you, man. Like,
Since
you feel like you can win every case and want to do it. But like,
right.
Right.
Since I don't have a family, I have to find a different way to like not let my ego get in the way. And it's funny you said that because my ego is what got me into the practice.
Okay.
Right. So, so quick story. Most people wanted to go to law school that I went to law school with. They wanted to go like since they were kids. Like I want to be a lawyer when I grow up. Not me. Guess what I wanted to do?
Weatherman.
Nope. Try again. Guess what I wanted to do before I went to college? Nope. Give me another shot.
Sports commentator.
No. Oh God, I know this. You wanted to make cereal in Wisconsin.
Oh.
I wanted to fly F-18s for the Marine Corps.
No.
Wow.
No, you didn't.
That's what I wanted to do.
Wow.
Fucking Top Gun over here.
That's what I wanted to do, right? So I wanted to fly specifically F-18s for the Marine Corps.
Are you
That's what I
too
wanted.
tall though?
No.
Colorblind.
Nope. I have 20/20. I have eyes like a hawk, right?
Wow.
But I realized that my gifts are writing and talking, right? But I was like, who can make money doing that? I wasn't even thinking about law school. So I go to college.
The fuck kind of career is this?
Right. So
What
I go
changed?
to, right? Who
When
can
did
make
this
money doing
happen? You were just like, I'm not doing F-18s.
that? So check this out. So I go to college, and it's my
you go to
sophomore
college,
year.
by the way?
John Jay College of Criminal Justice in Manhattan.
Wow.
So I go to college my sophomore year, and we took this like field trip, day trip to civil court in the Bronx, and there was a personal injury trial going on.
Wow.
And I was in the courtroom and I was watching them try the case. I'm how old are you in
21.
21?
Yeah.
I don't know shit about the world,
Yeah.
right? I don't know what a trial means, what liability and damages is, but I'm watching the trial.
This is good.
And,
good stuff.
And I'm like, the lady, she was toe up from the flow up. This lady was hurt bad. But I'm watching plaintiff's counsel, and I'm like, yo, this guy is not good. I'm like, I wasn't impressed.
He's not a Bob Simon.
You think you would think like the motivational stories, you watch somebody that was killing it and you want to be like them. I was like, yo, this dude is
Wow.
ass. I could do this better than he could. And then my ego was like, all right, you said it, now you got to go do it.
There you go.
So
Your affirmation right there.
So I went
Go
straight
do
to,
it.
it's like from the day I started law school, I was like, I want to try cases as a personal injury attorney.
Wow.
And then I got into the practice, and then, I was like, yo, Shah, your ego can't carry you for the next 20, 30, 40 years. you have to find something more substantial. You have to find a purpose in this. So it went from being ego driven to people driven, right? Like how can I help people? Because, you know, when you think about personal injury law, a lot of people think about, you know, the substantial verdicts and the money that you can make doing it. And I ain't gonna lie to you, when I first heard about it, I was like, you can make how much doing this? And I said, you know, there's got to be more. And the day I realized this was actually a flashback to high school. So my senior year in high school,
New York? Is that the senior in New York? Okay.
Yep, here you go, watch this. So this is my senior year in high school, and we are about a week or two out from graduation. And, you know, we all kind of get that anxiety, like, yo, we just want to cross the stage and be done. About a week before that, a week and a half before that, one of my good friends and 3 of his friends were all killed in a car crash right before graduation. And there was one survivor. There's like 4 or 5 people in the car and 1 person survived. And, you know, we had lost like 3 people right before graduation. You know, I'm talking seniors ready to graduate. And then there was another kid, his name was Bobby Getchell. He was the only other person in my high school that was gonna go to my college with me. Everybody else is going to SUNY Buffalo or, you know, wherever. He was the only person that was gonna come to college with me. And he was a skinny kid that had a heart problem his whole life, right? And the way he would introduce himself, he'd go, "Hi, my name is Bobby Getchell. You wanna see my scar?" And then he'd open up his shirt and show you a surgical scar. And what his thing was, he had wanted to be a firefighter, but obviously he couldn't physically be a firefighter. So when my friends passed in the car crash, you know, we're doing vigils and stuff, you know, at the scene of the crash, and he's on his bicycle every night, riding past the spot, making sure stuff is set up for the vigil, making sure that people know where the vigils are at, what time it's at. When I tell you, he's got like a police scanner on the radio with the police department, the fire department coordinating, and then 3 or 4 days after the vigils were done, he passes away.
Fuck. Jeez.
And at this point, the whole school is just broken. And I remember I got the call when I was at home. Like, first it was hard getting the call that my friends passed. Then it was hard getting the call that Bobby passed. And I remember being at home and they said, we're gonna have a memorial service in the school. And I was the vice president of like the student government at that time. And they said, Shah, we're gonna bring everybody to the gymnasium. You know, we're gonna fill up the seats, pull out the bleachers, fill out the bleachers, and we're gonna have people speak, and we want you to speak. I said, what am I gonna say? What can I say? So we show up to the memorial service a couple days later, and this gymnasium was packed with, because everybody loved these 2, right? And I remember Bobby's family being directly in the front. You know, his name was Kevin. Kevin's family was, you know, directly in the front. They were all lined up. And to this day, I can't remember what I said. I do remember that I had found solace in the scripture, and that was coming out, you know, as it's wont to do as a preacher's kid. But I can't remember what I said, but I remember the deafening silence and everybody listening. And again, I don't know what was going through their minds at the time, but it was the day after, and I was talking to my social studies teacher, Mrs. White. She goes, I was talking to an English teacher, and she said to me, after that service, whatever Shaheen would have asked me to do, I would have done it.
Wow.
And when I started practicing law, I don't know why that memory just rushed back to me. And I was like, it's gotta be more than just, it has to be about people.
He's crying. I almost cried, but I look at him and I almost cried again.
I mean, look, this is the type of thing we don't get, like the opportunity to hear during these type of interviews and podcasts, but man, it's fire. Yeah.
Kevin and Bobby, man.
But you can feel Kevin and Bobby right now sitting there looking at their parents. Don't remember what you said, but you can feel the moment.
You know what? You want to know something super like
Is this
crazy?
an Eminem thing, feeling the moment? You get one shot. Is this where you're going again?
I think so.
Fuck, I knew
but,
it.
But you want to know where I'm
to this.
Yeah, you want to know
Eminem.
where You want to know
Sometimes
where I'm
the
really
candy,
going?
but
I'll
sometimes
tell you
the
where I'm really going with this, and you'll appreciate this, Bob. Because as much as you like to have this cavalier Bob attitude, you're a deep feeling dude. Very,
soft,
very
yeah.
deep. You are.
That's true.
I don't think you can do this work effectively if you're not.
Yeah, you got to feel it.
Because if you don't feel it,
Yeah.
you can't get 12 or 6 random people to feel
It's
it.
true.
You can't.
It's true. But to your
12 or
point,
6. Oh, you have weird shit.
Yeah.
Bruh, don't even get me started.
what you said, what he said a minute ago, and then going back to the Bob Cavalier, but Bob's a feeling guy. You mentioned something 5 minutes ago. What did you say? What kind of general?
I'm a Roman general.
All right. So you want to hear something crazy? Because he
It's just
said
a
that.
Roman fingers, Russian
No, this
hands
come back
thing.
to
That
this
would've
come
been Morrow
back.
if he was
See, there you go.
co-host, I'd say that.
Bob goes back to this Cavalier.
See, I got it, 'cause you gotta-
right?
I don't wanna get
I'm
emotional.
going back to the historical,
Yeah.
nerdy side. During the Roman Empire, one of the things the Roman Empire used to do was when a conquering general, such as you described yourself, would come home, and they would be paraded throughout the city. Now, we have to understand that the Roman generals at this time, they weren't the NBA players. They were the NBA superstars. This was the Kobe, the LeBron.
Marcus
and
Aurelius.
Yes, they were gods. They were demigods. So they would be paraded through the city. And as they were being paraded through the city, they would hire or they would employ an individual to walk behind them. And that individual would walk behind them. And do you know what the individual would say?
You farted. See, I went back to
See,
it.
there you went back.
I was just
I don't know.
testing
What
him.
did
Just
they
testing him.
say?
They would say memento mori.
Memento, remember death.
Memento.
Oh,
Exactly.
This guy's a.
No, I know this. This is why do you think I'm going there, Bob?
We had a previous podcast. We talked about his character for when he was a kid growing up. His name in Latin was Coward. His brother named his character. And
Yes, I'm very familiar.
he was
with
laughed
that.
at for years as a child.
Unfortunately, I know. all
Core
the
memory of
facts.
being laughed at as a child.
So
being a
they would
coward
say
in Latin.
memento mori, which essentially would mean remember you're going to die. Right? So basically, as these individuals
gonna
were
die.
being lifted up.
Eventually, you're gonna die.
Death waits for
Well,
us all.
no, but to your point, they were being lifted up to the position of a god or a demigod. Someone would say to them, remember, you are going to die. You are essentially not a god or a
Right.
demigod. So
I feel like somebody should walk behind us and say that, and also play our music, our theme song.
play our theme song.
So, Shaheen, we're gonna wrap this up, bro.
Yes,
It's a
indeed.
pleasure to have you on the show. Of course, we're so happy you traveled in. But we got to learn. The critical question here is, what is your bourbon proof? And that we ask the question is, where do you like your tolerance, and which one do you like out of all of these? And you could pick a spirit that you had recently. It could be your whole. I mean, anything's. It's open for you.
My
bro.
bourbon of proof, interestingly, is not a whiskey or a bourbon. It's a rum. So,
There you go.
Yeah.
so again, my whole family's from Jamaica, and we went to the Appleton Rum Estate.
Okay.
And I can't remember what cask it was, but I mean, like you could taste like the sugar cane. It wasn't sweet, but it was just like, it just felt right. It felt smooth. It felt like Jamaica,
There you go.
and it was just perfect. Like when the weather's warm, just a bit of Appleton rum.
That Appleton rum.
That's
Yeah.
good. Well,
Is that a okay answer?
No, it's a great answer. I actually think spirits are how you grow up, what you're agreeing with, and that's what speaks to you. So with that, we'll end. Shaheen, Jamaican Me Crazy. Thank you for coming on to the Bourbon of Fruit.
Absolutely.
Thank you for having us at the firm.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you for another
Absolutely.
We're gonna finish off the Caribbean cask. Cheers, bro.
I finished.
You, yeah, you did.
I can't,
To you,
I
gentlemen.
can't cheers.
He threw it over his shoulder. That's all.